Hello, everyone, and we are live here to celebrate another book today. This is the Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Health and Wellness Part 2. And I have some pretty amazing women here already. I'm hoping some more authors are going to be able to jump in a little bit. But I do have two of the authors from the book here with me. And so I'd like to hear their perspective about which health and wellness direction they took with their chapter. And then we'll talk a little bit about what we hope this book can help women and men alike through finding their journey through becoming an unstoppable person and their health as well. So, ladies, how are you today?
So good.
Yeah, wonderful.
Great. And so exciting. Your book is out. It's live on ebook on Amazon, a couple other platforms from what I hear. And pretty soon it's going to be available in paperback too for everyone. So, how about you kick us off, Shadrach, if you want to tell everybody where you're from and a little bit about your book.
Sure. So I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been here in the United States for past 24 years. I'm a citizen here now, and it's been an exciting journey. And of course, like everyone has some ups and downs in their lives. Uh, I also had my share of challenges, and but I've always seen that challenges are always gifts in our life. And that's what I have written in my chapter in the book. My chapter is called Beyond Medicine. And it actually is a testimony of faith and inner resilience. I suffered from a few ailments, and there were challenges, and then the medicines did not do what they were supposed to do. And how I fought through those challenges and came out victorious on the other side. And also how it taught me to always have faith and courage and always believe in yourself. And it also changed the course of my life. I mean, I started as a computer engineer and as a patent analyst, and I have gone through, I have been wearing several different hats. But after going through all these experiences, I knew that I wanted to share this with the world. I wanted to become a self-esteem and mindfulness coach. And through my spiritual learnings, I wanted to bring this for younger children and also women. So that's where I am. I'm now conducting workshops and coaching on self-esteem and mindfulness to children from age 4 up till 17, and also women. Thank you.
I love it. I love that. And yeah, we, especially as women, do wear different hats all the time. We always have multiple hats going. And because of that, we create a lot of stress and distress within our bodies for sure. So, learning how to manage that is a very important tool. So, thank you for bringing that to light. Megan, how about you?
Yeah, wonderful. Thanks for sharing your story, Shraddha. That was awesome to hear. Um, I am let's see, I have been in the health and wellness industry for over 25 years. My training was as a physical therapist. I focused in sick care. I helped people, on the serious side of health after amputations and strokes and, all that kind of crazy stuff, really sick. Um, and after some time during COVID, I realized what was really important to me was spending time with my family. And so I made a huge change and I changed careers and I actually got involved in real estate investing and found myself actually coaching, being very successful, ended up coaching students on real estate investing, and then found I was talking about health and wellness still. I couldn't get away from it. I had become a board certified health and wellness coach back in 2014, and I'm still board certified today. I keep renewing, and it is very deeply embedded into me. Like Shraddha, certainly we all have different challenges, and I found for myself, it's personal self-care that grounds me back when I find that I'm spiraling. And so in this book, I share, some of my story, and then, my number one hacks that I have found over the years after, working with folks who are super sick. And then I was health and wellness coaching for over 10 years and working with individuals and in companies and with insurance companies. And I'm super motivated. I'm a go-getter. When I do things, I do it really big. And so I have a lot of experience in working with people on health and wellness goals. And again, I have found for me personally, and for so many out there, it really comes back to personal self-care. So in my chapter, I kind of bring it home in terms of what does that mean? And how can you actually take tangible action on that today to impact you in the direction that you want to go, so then you can work on bigger goals that you might have. So I'm looking forward to sharing that story and walking with you all. So thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you, Megan. And it is important too. I find that it doesn't matter if we're talking about financial wellness or, business or, relationships. Still, if you have that, personal self health that you're not addressing and you just keep pushing it to the side. And again, as women, we do that, right? Like everything else comes first. The family, the business, the kids, the husband, everything comes first. And we just keep pushing and pushing ourselves back on that back burner and not remembering that without taking care of self, we really aren't properly servicing our families, our significant others, our business, because we are frazzled, right? And we're worn out. And it is hard to force ourselves to find that balance. And I think I hear that from both of you. And so, really part of becoming that unstoppable woman that you want to be means not forgetting to address that health and wellness, which is the whole purpose of this book. It's book 2 of Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Health and Wellness. I'm not in this book. I was in the first version. And in the first version, I talked about financial wellness and how neglecting your financial wellness will keep you up at night. It'll prevent you from being healthy. But it's like that with everything. What is the one things that are keeping you up at night? What is the one things that's preoccupying your mind while you're driving down the road? There's so many different possibilities of the things that do that to us on a daily basis that we just keep neglecting, whether it be those last 20 pounds or whether it be that health issue that you just keep putting to your back of the mind and living in denial over, right, instead of facing it. How do you really take, like you said, those tangible steps, right, to recognizing what the underlying problem is? Like I hear from both of you, what's that underlying problem? What is that thing? Stepping forward with it, treating that self-care, and remembering to bring those to light. It looks like we have another author that has joined us in the room, so that's going to be good. So let me bring her in. Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Montana. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Good. Welcome to the group. And I just wanted to say we're so grateful that you're here. If you want to share a little bit about yourself and your chapter in this book.
So my customers call me Mama Donna, and I run a boutique. I had a 35-year career at Xerox. And at my highest point in corporate America, where I was a VP, I weighed 647 pounds. And
Wow.
so my journey in the book is talking about how I did it. And there was no surgery, no gimmicks, no programs, nothing. It literally was just true grit. Me making up my mind, I'm going to do it, eating organically. I'm teetering right now at about 200 pounds of the 647. And the reason why is my sleep has not been good. and I'm working on that. I actually got me a CPAP machine, and
Okay.
so the doctor says the rest of it will come off soon. So fingers are crossed.
But what a journey you've taken already. And thank you for being transparent and letting people know, like, these, a lot of it just comes with that decision to commit, right? And I think we can see that all across the board in our lives, not just in the health and wellness, making that decision to commit. Thank you for bringing your story to this book and sharing the message. So let me go back around since you three ladies are here. Let's talk about what is maybe one tip or trick you may have given people in your chapter that will help them in this journey that they're about to take to health and wellness. So, Chandra, what about you? What is one tip or trick you may have in the chapter or you use with your clients? Shraddha, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Now I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, good. So
So,
what is one tip or trick for you in your chapter or that you use with your clients to help you?
yes. So the most important tip I would suggest is always believe in yourself. Nothing is going to work. No matter what you do, it's not going to work. So that's the number one, that you have yourself, and things move towards you once you believe in yourself. Miracles happen. Miracles happen. People will come and help you. And I have, in every step of my life, I have experienced that. So that's my number one. Always have faith in yourself.
Faith in yourself. Love it. Okay, what about you, Megan?
Yeah, that's great. I love that. I would say that something I talked about in the book, which I'm sure we can all relate to, is there is no perfection in it, people.
Right.
You know, we all know what to do. That's not the problem. It's a matter of actually taking action and doing it, and doing it on the days when you're ragged, when you're exhausted, you haven't slept, you know, things aren't working out the way you want them to. You're not hitting your goals and you think it's you. It's not you. It's just, you know what, there's probably something that you're just not seeing, or maybe you don't have that accountability buddy. And it sounds like a lot of us offer that as an option, some accountability partnering, which oftentimes ends up being, you know, that little trick that can pull you to that next level, because you know, people outside of what you're living can often kind of see what those little things are. But when we strive for perfection and we say, okay, I've got to do this exactly as it's written, or exactly as Shraddha told me, or Mama Donna told me, or Heather told me, and darn it, I didn't do it right today, then, you know, forget it. Right. And so really it's recognizing that, you know what, it's okay. There is no perfection in it. We
Yeah.
just stepping forward. And, you know, I think that is getting that mindset is tough. That's hard to do. That's a hard thing to do. We know it, we can say it, but to actually practicing
Yeah.
compassion for ourselves in recognizing that, okay, it is okay. You know what? I didn't do it perfect today. Today wasn't a perfect day, but that's okay. You know, I'm going to drink my water today. You know, next step, I'm going to drink a sip of water and move on. There's a lot of forgiveness that has to happen with that, self-forgiveness. And so that's a whole other conversation. That's just a whole themes. But I would say no perfection in it is one of the themes that I talk about.
Thank you. Yeah, great point. What about you, Mama Donna?
So, just building on what I heard here, what I've really focused on is giving myself grace. No one seems to in this world give us grace the way we need to have grace. And a way to put ourselves in that mindset is to walk in love. And one of the things that I felt was very important was that it's not what so-and-so says. It's not what you have, you know, used from your elementary school in terms of health, you know, what you should eat and things like that. It truly is a progression where you make up your mind. I mean, I have to tell you, this has been a long journey. January will be 11 years for me. Okay. I
Wow.
have really worked hard on this. Losing a little bit, maintaining, the focus on maintenance, that is huge. So with grace, not every day is perfect, like what you're saying.
Mhm.
But the thing is that as you learn more about health and nutrition, the way it's literally practiced, studied, and researched, you're able to put yourself in a position that you're all knowing that preservatives are really bad for you. You know,
Mhm.
and white is really bad for you. Just making choices like that. And one of the things that really helped me was I came across a book as it was originally published back in 2012 called The China Study. And this guy and his son spent 40 years of research on
Wow.
nutrition across different cultures. And
Mhm.
I'm the kind of person, if you were to characterize me, I'm a cat. And
Mhm.
I have to know the why. You tell me something, I'm sorry, it doesn't stick with me unless you can compel me through the why message. And the way the book was originally written, it's unfortunately it's been commercialized now, so it's kind of like a whole different flavor. But as it was originally written, it was just so humbling to learn, eyes opening kind of message about
Wow.
why we do the things we should do and how we can return our body back to its normal state. And I literally have been paying attention to that and making sure. Here I have a sweatshirt on, y'all, and I've worn this sweatshirt all summer long because my thermometer is way off with all this weight loss. But the thing is that we learn how to eat, how to comfort ourselves, how to relax, how to do things for ourselves. And unfortunately, it seems like our whole world is centered around food. Well, what
Yeah.
got me going 11 years ago was that I was looking at the potential of being a grandmother within 18 months. And I thought to myself, okay, I'm 647 pounds and I can't get up off the floor by myself. I can't play with the grandchildren. I can't have that life that I would really like to live. How can I fix this? And so I went down that path of exploring and understanding, and that is where I'm at today. So the biggest thing is to don't take things for granted, but be open to learning new possibilities of how you might be able to transform your body in a way that you love yourself even more.
Yeah, I love that, being open to learning, because we do have to relearn and retrain our brain, to have the right mindsets, to believe in ourselves, to put that doubt aside. But there is a lot of learning because no two people are the same, no two bodies are the same, and everybody's going to need a different tweak here and there to really start accomplishing those things that they want. And everybody's got their different health challenges, right? So there's no one way to do it. There's no right 100% way to do it. So I think it's great that you guys have brought up the fact of, having grace, being patient with yourself, understanding, okay, and it's not perfection, right? But just that you're attempting to do it, you're taking the steps to do it, you're taking action. Those are all super positive things, right? And that's what it takes, is making that decision and then taking those actions. So I'm so excited about this book, and it's such a perfect time because, people think this is the time of year where we start to think of what we didn't accomplish this year, what we want to accomplish next year, what is, our resolutions going to be, what are our changes going to be. So perfect timing for a book to come out to share with the world different perspectives from all over the world and people that have already walked through change and how people can start making those health changes. So thank you, ladies, for that. Thank you for being here. So we're going to do a quick last minute round robin around. Just if you could say one motivational word that has helped you through your journey. All right. So Shraddha, how about you?
It's going to be faith again. It's going to be faith again. So, yeah, because faith has, and Shraddha, my name Shraddha itself means faith. And
Wow.
it's just been a testimony in my whole life that without faith, I just can't move forward. So it's always been faith. Believe in myself, believe in the Almighty. and everything works. That's one winner. Winner there. Yep.
Great. Oh, good. Great word. Megan?
Yeah, I think right in that same mindset as Shraddha. For me, it's trust. I found myself back in health and wellness because, I love it. I'm passionate about it, and just I find that people they're needing that. They're needing that recognition that, you know what, you are right. Your body's calling to you. You can trust that. You can trust, whatever direction you're being called to. For me, it was writing this chapter in this book, and it was meeting all these wonderful, beautiful women. And for those who are thinking about picking up the book, just trust. There's something here in the book that is for you. It's calling to you. All of our chapters aren't, perfect for everybody, but there's something in here for everybody, and trust that whatever it is that you need to hear is going to speak to you from this book. And so I know that, speaking for myself and probably for the other women, we're really honored to be able to share our stories and to and share our little tricks and tips and nuggets of wisdom. And I'm going to be trusting, and we hope that you do as well.
Thank you. What about you, Mom?
So I'm gravitating around the word grace, because I will tell you, without grace, there's not a thing in this world that you can accomplish without tremendous stress. And when you you can take away the stress by giving yourself grace. Okay, I'm not perfect today. Tomorrow's a new day. I don't have to get off the bandwagon because I screwed it up today. The thing is really, before anybody encounters weight loss or any kind of improvement in their health, the biggest thing they need to do is they need to make a commitment to themselves that they know they can do this. And no matter what, I mean, my chapter is kind of simple in terms of, I called it true grit. You literally have to be honest with yourself, grant yourself grace when you need it, and don't compare yourself to anyone else. This journey belongs to you, and it's what you want to make of it, right? And we all need grace. We need to love ourselves and understand sometimes we need to be patient with ourselves, right? Grace is the beautiful word for me.
All right. Oh, looks we had another author just join in. Let's jump her in. Hi, Gina. How are you?
Doing well, thanks.
Good. We've been having a little conversation round robin. Why don't you jump in and let everybody know who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about your chapter.
Okay, I am Gina Marisa. I am from Tampa, Florida, but I am currently traveling full-time in an RV, and I'm sitting in Georgia right now. We just got here on November 1st. And my chapter is about how I, in my early 20s, had to have a kidney transplant, and how through my transplant journey, how I learned how to be healthier, and also learned how to lower stress, and eventually brought me to a career in wellness.
Wow. Yeah, what a triumph. That is a big challenge to overcome at a young age, and just physically and emotionally and mentally, I can imagine. So thank you for sharing that story. So,
Thanks.
and it's like Megan said earlier, there are so many different stories in here, and there is something for everyone as you're reading this book. So, if you're looking for a guide that's really going to help you understand better health and wellness and how you can take those actionable steps, this is definitely a great book for you. So, Gina, during this journey you had to wellness, and then finding yourself within, that area of work, what is one tip or trick that you might offer people in your chapter?
Oh gosh. Well, my favorite thing for lowering stress is to do yin yoga practice. I feel like it's like the bastard child of yoga or something. Like, a lot of people don't know about it. And the benefit is that not only are you, you know, doing this practice for yourself, but it's also meditative. And so it's kind of dual purpose, which is why I love it so much.
What a great tool. What a great tool. So the last question we had for the ladies, and we were just going over it when you popped in, is what is just kind of one, if you could pick one word or think about one word that really kind of describes this journey or this chapter, or your mindset, what would that word be that just jumps out at you?
Gosh.
So Shonda's was faith, and Megan's was trust, and Mama Donna's was grace. So just so you knew ahead of time what their words were.
Yeah, probably wouldn't use any of those. Not that those are bad. Gosh. I guess maybe resilience, which is part of my chapter title as well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, when you're going through a massive health scare like that, I think resilience would be a good word to pick. Survival, I mean, there's a lot of them there, but yeah,
Right.
resilience is good.
Exactly. Yeah, and and the way that they do the surgery today is so different than the way,
Oh yeah.
I had it done, and the medications are different. I feel very blessed because I never had to go on dialysis, and I'm only on 2 medications. So,
Wow, that is amazing.
I've worked at it. I'm a good patient, right? I'm very focused. It literally threw me into the world of health and wellness. I don't know that I would have taken this path had I not had the transplant. So I look at it as a positive.
Yeah. Well, that's great that you took the strength to look at it as a positive, right, and spin it. And yeah, I think it is. I know what you mean, but it's totally different. So my husband had a surgery 12 years ago. That was a very difficult surgery that changed, every part of his body. So I understand going through a surgery like that. I know as the caregiver side. But they will often tell him they don't even do that surgery anymore. They don't do it that way.
It's crazy.
So, but because healthcare just changes, it's ever evolving, and that's why we thought it important to do a part 2, and I'm sure we'll do a part 3 and a part 4 to becoming an unstoppable woman in health and wellness, because there are so many different facets. We want to make sure we really hit on all the different parts of how women especially, but people in general, are affected by health and wellness. And a lot of times, like we were saying earlier, we just put it off. I'll get to that. I'll worry about that later. I'm very guilty of that myself, and not taking care of what we need to take care of. But we're not honestly doing any justice to ourselves, friends, or family members by doing that, and by not being good patients, like she said. So, well, congratulations, ladies. I'm so excited for you. The book is out and available on ebook and Amazon. Everybody go grab your copies now. Leave reviews for these amazing authors. They've put their heart and soul into their chapters to share with you. Of course, one of the most beautiful parts of doing anthology books like this with Shirai Studios is that each one of these amazing women has also put their information at the beginning of their chapter. So if their story is what resonates with you, and you're like, gosh, I really wish I could talk to this woman, or I really wish I could have a conversation, or really wish I could work with her, guess what? You can. They are not only being transparent and willing to share their journey and the work that they have gone through and the things, how they've improved their life to be unstoppable through their health and wellness, but they are willing to help you. And that's the whole point of this book. So thank you, ladies, again. Congratulations. Everybody go grab their copy. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. And congratulations. I can't wait to see you at the discussion panel and to celebrate your book and winnings later.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.